that Uganda is, I don't know what they mean.
Is Uganda's problem politics or bad leaders? Is it huge public debt, regional imbalance, insecurity, or high population growth? Recent figures from Uganda Bureau of Statistics indicate that the country's population stands at 40 million people, 82% of whom are from the rural setting. 52% of these are young people below 15 years of age, while those below 30 are 78%. Unfortunately, the country's fertility rate is still high, standing at 5.4 children per woman, which underscores the need for rural transformation.
We are talking of developing complementary areas for people to get employed other than agriculture, areas which complement agriculture. And this is the rural non-farm economy. That economy lies in industry. We must industrialize our villages if we need to entice the younger people in Uganda to be productive.
The total number of households in Uganda stands at 7.3 million, 6.9 of whom are engaged in agriculture. 4.8 million of these agriculturalists are engaged in subsistence farming, while only about 114,000 are into commercial agriculture, and only 2 million are in other activities. According to Ramathan Ggoobi, an economic analyst and lecturer, this is Uganda's biggest obstacle to economic transformation that gives the population sleepless nights.
As you are pulling the blanket on yourself, now around 3, one of the dogs knocks on the car and the alarm goes off. Then you jump out to see who's touching my car. You realize it is your dog playing. By the time you go to sleep, after running around your own house, it is now 5 a.m. and you expected in office at 7. So you see leaders come and they have a lot of sleep on themselves. They are not sleeping. So the poor don't sleep because they are hungry, and the rich do not sleep because the poor are awake. Thank you very much.
The burden of overcoming such challenges lies with the local governments, who say are incapacitated to effectively deliver services.
We still have weak institutions and systems. As a district chairperson, where do I report on a monthly basis? I have no performance contract. I don't report to my line minister. I don't report to anybody. I'm therefore not accountable for anybody, to anybody. And this is a very big weakness that we have in our systems.
Such incapacitation is both financial and technical, something Deputy Speaker of Parliament Jacob Oulanyah partly agrees with.
Of course it is the central government. It is the elected government. It has a president who is elected by the whole country. It should provide budget and finance the whole districts 100%. But because we have these unique definitions and understandings of this simple thing, then we say districts also have a responsibility to finance their activities. So you have to generate your own revenue. If you cannot generate your own revenue, then you are not a sustainable, viable district. No. There's no question of sustainability of a district because that responsibility rests with the central government.
This was during an interface between Parliament and district leaders, a platform that saw them pour out their grievances, with some faulting Parliament for abandoning them.
Our womb that produced parliamentarians and chairpersons, our womb is one, elections. We are all elected leaders. But when we reach to our positions, something takes place, like we are from one confectionery, but some become biscuits, others become mandas.
In Uganda, when somebody dies, the first announcements are sent to the grave caretaker. Please dig the grave, we are coming. And when the body arrives there, he does everything, the burial takes place. But when it comes to serving meals, they say, let us first cater for those who have come from far, from Kampala, and then they eat, and then the grave caretaker remains there. In service delivery, district chairpersons are like grave caretakers.
The whole of the northeast, up to eastern, I think it is even catching the tails of all the speakers of parliament. It's the poorest region. That is where poverty is reigning. And therefore, if you people are the ones distributing resources, why do you start distributing resources in the parliament with other sectors, other than beginning with the sectors where you will earn from as you leave parliament?
This engagement was held under the theme, Enhancing Service Delivery in Local Government, the nexus between parliament and district leaders. It was part of the ongoing annual Parliament Week, the third of its kind, being held under the theme, Championing Accountability to Improve Service Delivery. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Deputy